If you want to buy or sell any of your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE for 5% off at checkout. We've come a long way since the first ever innovations of football in a video game like NASL Soccer back in 1981 with 2D graphics and stiff gameplay, yet still had less button delay than EA can figure out in FIFA 23. In fact, it's now been 30 years since the first ever FIFA was released, called FIFA International Soccer, back in 1993. The following year, FIFA 95 was released, and from there, that just continued every single year up until now. But it's all going to change because FIFA 24 will never exist. The governing body of FIFA is no longer licensing out to EA Sports, which means FIFA 24 will not exist. And a lot of you guys probably heard that it'll be called EA Sports FC 24, which I'll tell you what, it's the dumbest name they could have come up with. But when we look back to the 90s and early 2000s, and we see so many different game developers trying to create the greatest footballing video game franchise, knowing how much money could be behind this idea, we saw the game improve and the graphics improve and the mechanics improve so drastically each year until eventually in the 2000s it came down to two different franchises. One was, of course, FIFA by EA Sports, and then the other was Konami with Pro Evolution Soccer. But it wasn't until the late 2000s and early 2010s before Ultimate Team was introduced, and that changed everything.
And looks likely to score, and then steps over but falls over and just misses the goal.
Oh shit!
Penrith!
Oh shit! Oh god!
Iniesta! Oh my! Harry! I just got Iniesta in form! And Casillas! Oh dear!
Come on, give us something good. Just skip it. Johnson, okay, that's good for the right-hand side. Not as much pace as I'd like, and obviously he does touch children.
Courtois, I don't want to use Courtois. I'm not looking for advice on my team. I want it like this.
Dab 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 dab.
Oh no, 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 no.
Dab 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 if you like underage girls.
Oh shit! German? Royce! Oh, let's go! That's class!
Yeah, it's Heskey, 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 Heskey. Downright, it's Heskey, 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 Heskey. I told you it was Heskey, Heskey.
Holy mother!
Admittedly, it was a little bit nostalgic putting together those clips because it reminds me of how long we've been part of this FIFA community, whether consuming or creating content, the relationships that I've made during this era of my life, and how much time it has taken up for better or for worse. With that being said, FIFA ending at the end of FIFA 23, forever, gone and dusted. I think it's only right that we go back to the very beginning of FIFA Ultimate Team and look at the entire history of Ultimate Team itself.
Hi there, and welcome to FIFA 09 Ultimate Team, a brand new game that allows you to play football like never before.
FIFA 09 was the first ever FIFA to include Ultimate Team, but it was a little bit different back then because you needed to pay extra just to get it, which means that Ultimate Team itself was a microtransaction, which I think is hilariously foreshadowing what it ended up becoming. But with that being said, this completely revolutionized the entirety of FIFA forever. Now, there weren't a ton of people that played FIFA 09 Ultimate Team because, one, of course, you had to pay extra for it. Two, it was brand new, so why would you pay extra for it if you didn't even know exactly what it was? And three, there was a pretty young player base at the time. If I think about it, I was only 12 years old, and a lot of you guys maybe even much younger than that, so you didn't really have a ton of money to be spending above actually buying the game. You probably got the game for Christmas or your birthday or something, and it was going to be pretty difficult to convince your parents to spend extra on getting you a different game mode that's brand new in FIFA 09. But what it did do is it just absolutely revolutionized FIFA for the years to come. Now, even finding content on FIFA 09 was difficult. There weren't a lot of people that made FIFA 09 content. When you look up anything that was uploaded about 14 years ago on YouTube for FIFA content, it was either by EA Sports themselves, IGN, or there's people who have uploaded FIFA 09 videos in the last 6 years, but unfortunately, even if you wanted to go back and pay for Ultimate Team on FIFA 09 and play it on your PS3 or your Xbox 360, you can't. They've shut the servers down, and you can't play Ultimate Team on FIFA 09. So all we have is this, limited footage of FIFA 09 Ultimate Team, where it introduces these gold cards. It introduces a couple of special cards and contracts and things that still exist in the game all the way until today. FIFA 10 was a lot of the same because it was hidden behind a paywall, albeit only $5 this time, a little cheaper than FIFA 09. Still, a lot of people opted out. You can find a couple of pack openings on YouTube, but nothing with commentary or voiceover. It was just somebody who was opening packs, and all you got to see was that pack, which is pretty cool. Shows us some of the ratings, some of the cards that existed, the animations that existed in FIFA 10, but there wasn't really a FIFA community yet. If you got involved in FIFA 09, FIFA 10, or FIFA 11, you're a true OG of the community. You have been around the block, and you are truly a pioneer of this scene. But there's one man in particular who really paved the path for everyone else to follow, especially in terms of FIFA content creation. And that man started uploading videos during FIFA 11, and FIFA 11 is really where the tide began to change because it was free. It was an extra add-on off the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Store, but it was free, so a lot more people ended up getting it. And KSI LGBT uploaded his first video on FIFA in February of 2011.
First, we'll start off with the main man up front, Lavezzi. Kid's a pro, man. Oh, man, he's got his skills.
And he started uploading consistently in April of 2011 with commentary. And that's where the community started to grow. Now, KSI was one of many people who started uploading content during this time. You saw a lot of skill compilations, you saw gameplay, you saw squad builders, and you got to actually have a little bit of personality come with the gameplay itself. It wasn't just a random pack being opened by somebody you don't know. It was actually somebody speaking to you about what they're playing, and that was the difference between what we saw in FIFA 09 and 10 versus what we began to see in FIFA 11.
What's up, guys, in the Panthers here.
Hey guys, Matt here, and welcome to a very special video.
What's up guys, Tobias here, and welcome to my first ever squad builder.
What's up guys? I'm doing a pack opening today.
What's happening, boys? It's Fedbach HD here, bringing you another Pink Slips episode.
Hey guys, it's me, and Daniel, and yes, I'm finally doing this, an Ultimate Team series.
FIFA YouTubers were appearing on the scene almost daily. There were new series being made, new content getting dropped, and a lot of people enjoying their mutual experience in FIFA Ultimate Team. And a lot of this is because the game was getting more in-depth as well. In FIFA 11, they introduced Inform cards, Team of the Week, a darker shade for players who had performed really well over the weekend. They got a special card that dropped as well that week. And that was beyond just the bronze, silver, and gold cards that were dropped in the first two Ultimate Teams. But in FIFA 12, they took it to another level. Of course, you still had those Team of the Week cards, as well as the bronze, silver, and golds, but you also had Man of the Match cards, Man of the Match, which is International Man of the Match cards, and Team of the Year. So, a bunch of new promos getting introduced into Ultimate Team in an attempt to sell more packs to the consumers. And I'll tell you what, it started working pretty quickly. The only thing that can follow up what I just said is the funniest article that's ever been written in the history of news ever. Angry mom rages after hackers buy 36K FIFA points with her credit card. Bro, we know who purchased those FIFA points. You're not fooling anybody but your mom. So in FIFA 12, they began to see their revenues increase, and unfortunately that came with some dark stories similar to that one, which I'll be honest, is pretty lighthearted in comparison to some of the things we've seen over the last 10 years with how addictive the gambling aspect of FIFA points and packs can be. But if you're EA, you're looking at your revenue, you're seeing it increase with all those microtransactions. And so as we leave FIFA 12 and enter FIFA 13, they're thinking, how can we get more public interest in Ultimate Team? They have found their cash cow, they have found their moneymaker, and now it's time to take advantage of it. So what they did was they went out, they made it more competitive beyond just the single game matches that you could play against other people in Ultimate Team, and they added seasons and they added tournaments.
And we've got a ton of new improvements this year, like the introduction of the popular Seasons mode, Team of the Week challenges that follow the heartbeat of the real-world season, and lots of great Ultimate Team unlockables in the EA Sports Football Club catalogue. And you can react to the big news on the auction market anytime through our website or through the new EA Sports Football Club app.
And with the introduction of the companion app and the web app that further connected the public to Ultimate Team and ultimately further connecting them to FIFA points and packs and that addiction, etc. Now, this set us up for some of the greatest years that FIFA has ever had. FIFA 14 and FIFA 15 were some of the most beloved iterations of the game. But even though it found such great success during this generation, it wasn't
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
And to be honest, he's right. FIFA 14 was as close to perfect of a FIFA that we could have asked for, especially for its time. It was the perfect amount of content that was released in terms of new promos and not overloading us with content at the exact same time. The gameplay was great and the structure was even better. You could go from Division 10 all the way to Division 1, as well as introducing new tournaments, online game modes, and introducing a brand new game mode within Ultimate Team called World Cup Ultimate Team Brazil 2014. It was its own Ultimate Team that dropped during the summer months, in which you could use the coins that you've made in regular Ultimate Team to collect all of the players that were going to the 2014 World Cup.
But when you open this pack, what you get inside every single pack that you open of these is one free gold pack, along with a few consumables as well, and the players obviously. So let's see, I don't get any good players. I got Medell.
I'll tell you what, that kid has come a long way in terms of making content. Yes, that was me. Yes, that was my voice in middle school. And yes, that was pretty unbearable to watch. I'm sorry I put you through that. But if you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and answer the secret comment question of the day for anybody who sticks around. What is your favorite FIFA? Comment that down below. And hey, whatever your favorite FIFA is now, it'll probably never change because there are no new FIFAs coming out. So whatever your favorite FIFA was, it always will be. This was brand new despite the fact that there had been a South Africa game in 2010. This was within Ultimate Team itself, and it made it so that every single person who played FIFA, no matter which month you got the game, you played it all the way to the very end. And on top of that, there was a great amount of freedom on the transfer market. You not only had the great value on cards to where you really felt like you were grinding towards your Ultimate Team, but you also had trade offers, you also had no limit on your price ranges, and it worked out brilliantly for its time. It was perfect, it was amazing, and it made the game fun. It made content almost unrestricted completely, and that's why it was so successful. And no matter who you are, no matter who you have as your favorite FIFA, FIFA 14 is in pretty much everybody's top 3. It was absolutely brilliant, but there was something brewing in this game, and it became a problem not necessarily for the consumers, but for EA themselves. They did not like something that was going on, and it carried into FIFA 15, and that's where things got a little bit dark. But it wasn't immediately. FIFA 15 was another very successful iteration, at least to start. It was a very colorful game. The cards looked amazing, and it was a really nice balance of content once again. On top of that, people did enjoy gameplay, despite the fact that we had one of the most iconic trios of forwards that we'll ever see, and probably ever will see in any other FIFA. But it was a very enjoyable game, despite the fact that you did need to have some pretty quick players to keep up with the meta. Nonetheless, this went into a lot of people's favorite FIFAs, and a lot of people say it's their favorite FIFA, and it's totally reasonable, because the first 6 months of this game was just like FIFA 14. Everything just seemed to be going right. But one thing that was happening behind the scenes was there was a hyperinflation on the market. A lot of coin sponsors started entering into the scene. If you want to buy or sell any of your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE for 5% off at checkout. Sorry. And despite the fact that EA really didn't care about what the price of cards were, what they did care about was people's business going to third-party websites because, well, even if it didn't really change the game a ton, what it did do is take money out of their pocket, and that is something that they were not going to stand for. So they decided that they were going to take some of the worst measures possible and make some of the absolute worst decisions that they could have possibly made, which sent the entire FIFA community into
surprise, EA have managed to ruin their most successful game mode, Ultimate Team, and change it all together by adding price ranges. So stupid! First of all, let's explain how
uneducated
EA are. With these price ranges, it has completely over trading. So to all the people who are gradually trading your way to creating your best Ultimate Team, guess what? EA have given you the middle finger. Also, who the fuck determines these price ranges? They literally make no sense. For example, a 90 rated Suarez has a minimum of 10 million and a maximum of 15 million coins, whereas a 91 rated Suarez has a minimum of 4 million.
It was a terrible time in FIFA because we had just experienced such a great few years of a game that was continually growing and everybody loved, and then EA came out and did this. Now, I can understand why they were trying to do something about what was going on with the inflation in the game. Prices kept getting higher and higher in the game, and so they thought that let's go ahead and try to control a completely open market by determining what the prices should go for. So instead of a card going for 15 million coins, they decided it's going to go for between 3 and 7 million, and that's that. So if you had bought a card for 13 million coins the day before, well, screw you, you can list it for 7 mil now. But here was the problem. It was still an open market. EA were trying to control it, but cards would just either not sell or they would get sold immediately.
Funnily enough, I actually packed some good players the other day, yesterday. I packed a Luis Suarez. You can't even sell him on the Xbox. On the PlayStation, you can't buy him. On the Xbox, you can't sell him.
Because either the price range was too high or the price range was too low. So if the price range was too low and you listed a card, it would just sell in a second. It would get bought by a bot. Literally. You couldn't even get the card. So it kind of became a test between a couple of different content creators and trying to collect all of the extinct cards in the game, because if there was a card that might have been listed at a cap of 500k, but realistically would be going for 3 mil on an open market, well, you would try to snipe that card all day, and if you ended up getting it, that was pretty fun. But that was kind of the only silver lining to the situation. And more annoyingly was the cards that wouldn't sell. Well, EA never updated the price ranges. So what happened was a card that was, listed at 80k would just never sell. On an open market, maybe it goes for 6,000 coins, but EA decided it was 80 to 120k. So if you packed that card, you could never, ever, ever sell it because it just wouldn't get bought. And that was the problems that got created between FIFA 15 and 16. Now, on top of that, FIFA 16 wasn't all of a banger game anyway. It got released with the new FUT draft game mode within Ultimate Team, which was really, really fun for about 3 days. and then you had 362 days of waiting for the next FIFA to drop. And at this point, we were getting to the point where I don't know if FIFA was going to ever come back. It was on a downfall. It was going in a negative direction after being introduced in FIFA 09 Ultimate Team and growing every single year up until FIFA 15, and then EA destroying it on their own. And so EA really needed to drop a banger of FIFA 17, or I think a lot of the community was going to move back to PES. And you already saw a little bit of movement from Twitch streamers going to PES just because FIFA 16 was so unbearably boring. But EA did end up clutching up.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome today to a FIFA 17 Ultimate Team video. Today we're delving into a new feature within Ultimate Team, and that is the single player squad building challenges, okay? It's a very cool way to like exchange your, not cards that you'd regularly use, so like your non-rares and stuff like that. It's a cool way to get rid of like the dead weight in your club and exchange them whilst doing a squad building challenge to exchange them for some items in return. Maybe it be coins, maybe it be a pack. But what I will say is it is very intriguing, and I actually had a great time playing it. I sound like I'm just bigging up this game so much. Honestly, it's incredible.
So take how you feel right now. Imagine you had a bottle of water, maybe you do, and you take a drink. Pretty good, right? Because it's water, and it's really good for you. Everybody likes water. It's great. Now imagine you haven't had anything to drink for a year and a half. Now take a drink of that water. Yeah, that water is fantastic. It's the greatest thing you've ever had. That's what playing FIFA 17 felt like. It was incredible. It was like going a year and a half without good content, being bored out of your mind, not knowing what to play, looking for other games to play, and then EA come out with FIFA 17. Not only have they absolutely revolutionized FIFA with squad building challenges, but they've also added a ton of other stuff as well, like FUT Champions, which gave everybody, especially talented players, an opportunity to play gameplay and get great rewards like red picks, huge packs, and all of that for playing games every weekend. I will say that it was quite sweaty in FIFA 17 because you needed to play 40 matches in 48 hours. I'm glad they've relaxed that over the years. But on top of that, there's also been ones to watch cards added in FIFA 17 very early on as well, which were the first ever dynamic cards. And if you've played FIFA over the last couple of years, you'll know how vital they have been to the cycle. For FIFA 18, EA's motto was, well, why try to fix what isn't broken? And that's a great motto to live by, because FIFA 17 was so good, why not just drop it again? FIFA 17.2 will call it FIFA 18, will make a bunch of money. And that's exactly what they did. But this time, the gameplay was a little bit better. FIFA 18 might be better than FIFA 17. And over the first couple of weeks, that's what everybody was saying. Somehow EA have done it again. But after a couple of weeks, EA decide for some reason to drop a huge patch, a huge title update, and it completely destroyed gameplay. Now, it might just be placebo. People were getting better at the game, and maybe you're losing matches now, but the entire community felt it. And the entire community was outraged by this patch, saying that the gameplay was good before it. Why did you try to change things? You just ruined it. But that's basically what happened. And in terms of content, it was basically a repeat of FIFA 17. So even though it wasn't bad, it wasn't great because, well, we saw it the year before. So it wasn't as exciting this time around. But for the pro players, they have to play this gameplay good or bad. And getting a taste of that amazing gameplay pre-patch and then having to play the other 50 weeks of the year with the terrible gameplay, well, it upset quite a few of them, and one of them more upset than the others.
As I'm sure many of you know, about 2 to 3 weeks ago I made a video which I was forced to delete. Since then I've just went on holiday. I've had time to readjust, reassess and reevaluate everything. Looking back, I now realize that I upset EA. I insulted a lot of people, and I mean a lot. Told one of them he's a coward. Told another he's washed up. Heck, I even told one of them he's about to drop another division. I insulted YouTubers, pros, game changers, men and women, and I even waged war on EA. Obviously, looking back at all of this, I now realize I was way out of line. I was way out of my head. So for that, I'd like to take this moment to apologize. To apologize to absolutely not a single one of them. I spoke nothing, and I mean nothing, but the truth. So if you hate me for that, so be it.
So that's Kurt, and he took over the attention of the FIFA community for a few months in FIFA 18 because of his rants on FIFA 18 post-patch gameplay. On top of that, how EA's community managers were treating the community, how EA themselves hosted events, and much, much more. He would just throw names out there with insults just to see if it would get a little bit of a nibble from somebody. And it worked. It was very entertaining, but in the end, he did probably cross the line a few times. Nonetheless, it was kind of nice seeing EA have an opponent that actually had some influence. Of course, there's always been content creators who have spoken out against EA, but at the same time, they appreciate what EA do. They respect EA. This guy did not care. Kurt just absolutely said whatever he wanted, and he paid the price because ultimately he did get banned by EA from all pro events. So in the end, EA kind of had the upper hand, but I do still have a lot of respect for Kurt and the way he stood up for himself, the community that he stood for, and even if I didn't agree with everything he said, the guy was an absolute legend. Despite several more patch updates during the year, it really never got that much better, and as FIFA 18 ended, a new game arose. No, just move on to the next one. In the modern FIFA, we get a lot of content. Every single Friday, there's a new promo, and they basically do not miss a single week throughout the year. On top of that, they add mini releases on Sundays, and basically every single day you get a new squad building challenge, or a new team of the week, or a new something drops every day at 6 p.m. UK. There is content all the time. That means if you miss a couple weeks and come back, well, you have fell behind the power curve by a lot. You could miss 8 months in FIFA 13 and miss less than missing 72 hours in FIFA 23. It's a ridiculous difference 10 years makes, and that's okay. But it has also made it so that playing casually is almost impossible. And keeping up with all of the new cards, what they do, which ones are dynamic. I mean, you've got players playing out of their positions in every other promo. You've got dynamic cards dropping that can't keep up with the power curve because it's changing so quickly. So there's definitely some negatives to all this as well. And I think a skit that I made 4 years ago probably covers it pretty well.
Yeah, man. All right, hear me out on this one, though. Rare Super Mega Premium Prime Electrum Superior Platinum Gold Players Packs. What do you say? Yeah, it has like a ring to it. I think it's a pretty big pack. So we're going to drop like 50,000 of them this weekend on Lightning Rounds. Yeah, 50,000. I told you they're going to be 10,000 FIFA points each. Yes, they'll easily sell out at 50,000. You really think that we can just give away these Rare Super Mega Premium Prime Electrum Superior Platinum Gold Players Packs for free? Yeah, exactly. Dude, all right, let's throw like a Pepe Man on the match in packs this weekend. It doesn't matter if Pepe got a goal or not. Just throw him. He's a defender. They won't question it. Okay, throw him in packs. They'll go crazy. They'll sell out in like 5 minutes. Dude, we could sell 200,000 of these packs if we wanted to. We're just not greedy. We're not that kind of company. All right, hear me out on this. What if we added microtransactions to the elevator in the lobby?
But there we have it. The end of FIFA Ultimate Team as we know it. The death of FIFA in Ultimate Team. Cannot believe it's been this long. Cannot believe I've spent this many hours, this many years playing this godforsaken video game. Do I regret it? Probably not. It's where I met you guys. And to be honest, I've never spent this long editing and recording a YouTube video in my entire YouTube career. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you guys again soon. Peace out.